Stream goRIA with Jeff and Chuck. I'm Jeff Benjamin, senior columnist with Investment News. Chuck he needs no introduction, but we like to give him a little introduction anyway. He's always somewhere. You can see me. I'm working hard in my home office. Chuck is probably somewhere. I don't know. I'm guessing Bermuda or Costa Rica or something like that. He's usually finding the hot spots.
A little bit less glamorous than that, but you know what they say, right? No matter where you are, there. No matter where you go, there you are, and that's what we are today. So we're actually at the Portfolio Summits conference here in New York City in Convene, which actually is a really, really beautiful setting. And I'm here with Cam Rogers, and Cam is with Ellevest, and both she and I are going to be on a panel together today in about 15 or 20 minutes, and we're going to be talking about next gen clients. And specifically how to service them, and from a revenue perspective, how to keep them, right? How do we keep them into the firm? And Cam and her shop over there at Ellevest just does a wonderful job doing that. So I'm excited that she's going to be on our panel.
And
Cam, tell us a little bit about that. I'm going to just move the camera so it's more squarely on you.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Cam
how you doing?
Rogers, private wealth advisor at Ellevest, and we're serving clients across the continuum. So investing their first dollar through our smart robo that takes into account goals and goals-based investing with the goal to get everyone to the private wealth stage. So that's in many ways how we serve a next generation of clients. And we think next gen, in many ways relates to generations, but also the fact that women in many ways, are next gen investors, as we tend to invest a little later in life than our male counterparts. We're trying to change that, but it tends to be the case.
Yeah. And
let me
fantastic.
I got a question for her,
ahead,
if you can. Let me ask a question with the next gen. Next gen, obviously, we're talking probably younger people, maybe aren't as far along in their career, maybe don't have as much money. Do advisors need to tweak the models, the kind of the relationships that they have to attract and keep next generation clients? You can't assume they're all going to have $10 million like Chuck, right?
Right. Yeah. I think you need to be digital forward and digitally enabled, because everyone's, doing what we're doing right now on our phones. I think you need to incorporate financial wellness in the same way we talk about our physical wellness, emotional wellness, behavioral wellness, relationship wellness. That's a very important piece for them. And, younger cohorts are plugging money into those spaces. And for us, what we've seen, there is a focus around accountability of one's investments. And so that feeds into the conversation about sustainability and what it looks like to create accountability around one's wealth.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's really good stuff. The reason why I wanted to have Cam not only on the panel, but also talk with us a little bit today is I think our firm, Ellevest, does just a fantastic job in sort of building that pathway almost, right? Going from robo to actual in-person. And if you will, it's almost like having the clients start off with a robo, if they're kind of a smaller next gen, or what I like to call a KOC, right? Kid of a client. Then as they graduate, they go beyond the robo and then get into actually, a more traditional in-person one-on-one consultation, or consultative, I should say, type relationship with an advisor. I think it's a really brilliant RIA model. It's something we're going to unpack in just about 15 minutes here at Portfolio Summits. But I was talking to Cam, and I think we might be able to get your CEO perhaps on a podcast.
Let's try. Let's try. Yeah, she's phenomenal.
It's
great.
Sally Krawcheck. Yeah. So maybe we'll try to get her for a podcast. Jeff, I know you know her pretty well, I think, yeah?
I don't know if I would say pretty well. I know of her. She's very well known. She probably doesn't know me, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it would be fantastic to have Sally on a podcast, or in any way, webcast, podcast.
Right. We'll be sure to tag her on this, so she'll know who you are for sure after that.
Yeah. I mean, come on. How can you not know me? What's going on here?
Yep. So Jeff, what's cooking in your end of the world there?
Well, I just finished writing a big story on compliance, which sounds, bear with me, it's not as boring as it sounds, because what I looked at, and I did take a little direction from you, Chuck, because you're in the trenches, unlike myself. And looking at the compliance requirements for RIAs and then how they're managing them. And there's your requirements, and then there's what you're supposed to do, what you should do. You know, compliance is, as I see it, having a chief compliance officer, and then a lot of advisors have some kind of an outside consultant helping them, or they might even hire a full-time outsourced CCO. But what really came across through all these interviews I did is the different ways that you can do it, and the different ways that you have to do it. But no matter what you do, I mean, you can shift and spread the risk around, but the liability is still on the RIA. You know, you're never well, first of all, you're never going to be able to completely outsource everything and say, just take care of it for me. You still have responsibilities to provide information, even if it's an outsourced CCO. But then you have, I mean, you're never going to get away from the liability. It's like hiring H&R Block to do your taxes. If there's something wrong with your taxes, H&R Block's not going to say, "Oh, we'll pay for that for you." So
that's absolutely correct.
Anyway,
yeah.
So that'll be up on our website, investmentnews.com. Probably, I'm guessing next week, and then it'll obviously news.com. There's a tab on the upper right-hand corner for goRIA, and you can find it there with our Best for Brokers category.
All right, that sounds good. So I think that kind of sums it up for today, and we probably have to wrap this up because number one, Cam and I, we have to do this panel, and number two, my arm's getting really tired holding this up in a proper position. I got to get myself one of those selfie sticks.
Get a selfie stick.
Yep. So Cam, thanks so much for joining and sharing some thoughts.
Chuck. Thanks, Jeff.
You bet. And as a reminder out there, hook up with Jeff and myself on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever your social media of choice is. Let us know what you want to hear about. Who do you want us to get on these little live streams? And hopefully we'll get Sally onto a podcast. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And as Jeff said, we're easy enough to find. You just go to investmentnews.com. There's a little tab up there on the upper right-hand side that says goRIA. Just click that and you'll be able to see this replay of the restream, the article that Jeff just wrote about compliance, a lot of other good stuff. And for now, that's it for today. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.